Today is a cloudy day. Do you wonder what clouds are made of? If you could touch one, what would they feel like? Today we're going to do a science experiment to see how clouds are made. For this experiment, we're going to use some things that I have around the house. I have some hairspray, some warm water, a jar, and ice cubes. I'm going to start by putting some warm water inside of the jar. And then I'm going to swirl that around, that way we could see what's going to happen inside of our jar. Now I'm going to spray a little bit of hairspray in there, and then we're going to let some of that come out. And then I'm going to put the lid full of ice cubes right on top. Let's see what happens inside the jar. Now what do you see in the jar? I've let it sit for about a minute. It looks pretty cloudy in there. We still see the water. Can't really see through the jar. I think we've created a cloud inside the jar. Okay, I've turned off the light and I'm going to use a flashlight so that we could see the cloud a little bit better. Now our cloud is escaping. How is a cloud made? We started with water inside the jar. Think of that like the water from the ocean, lakes, or ponds. When the sun comes out, it starts to warm up the air and the water starts to rise into the sky as little drops of water. Most of the time we can't even see it. We used warm water so we didn't have to leave it out in the sun. It's cold high in the sky, so we use the ice cubes on top. When the warm drops of water meet the cold air, it starts to condense, or looks like where you can't see through it too well, just like when we couldn't see right through the jar. There's also dust and pollen from trees and plants in the sky too. We use the hairspray to be the pretend dust and pollen. When the water drops stick to the dust, it forms a cloud. If you touched a cloud, what would it feel like? Well, since a cloud is made up of drops of water, it would feel wet.